Bessans is a commune in the Savoie department in the Rhône-Alpes region in southeastern France. It is located in the valley of Maurienne and crossed by the Arc River, nestled in the center of a former glacial through. It is renowned for its large Nordic skiing domain in the winter and for its trekking and mountain climbing opportunities in the summer. Surrounded by lush fauna and flora, the village is characterized by its rich heritage where wall paintings, Baroque chapels, engraved stones and artisan sculptors are inextricably linked. The legend of the Devil of Bessans admirably describes the originality of this traditional culture that is still very much alive today. Geography. Located on the Haute-Maurienne Plateau, at an altitude of 1,750 meters, the area is known for its sporting activities. Bessans is located in a valley, ideal for Nordic skiing. Following the collapse of the mountain downstream from Bessans, an ice-dammed lake formed. The successive sedimentary deposits have created the plateau on which Bessans is situated. The physical characteristics of the site are reinforced by an early and high-quality snow from November to April and by sunny weather. These allow the Team French Nordic skiing and biathlon teams, as well as those of other nations, to train in Bessans. There are numerous glaciers in the area, and nearby is the highest peak of the Maurienne. History. Neolithic era. The first traces of the human occupation are found in Haute-Maurienne, close to Bessans. On the walls of the rock of the castle, one can see cave paintings representing a herd of stags, accompanied by other signs. Flint arrowheads and other evidence of early settlement were found at the foot of the rock at the time of recent excavations. It is also known that locally mined serpentinite was used to manufacture axes whose specimens were found with more than 200 kilometers of the site. Antiquity. The Celts occupied the area. Middle Ages. 574, the Merovingian king Gotrin annexes Maurienne. 10th century, Maurienne is subject to invasion. 11th century, Humbert I found the House of Savoie. 1376, the church existed already has its current site. Early modern. 1532, the Bishop of Maurienne sets up the parish of Bonneville, forming part of the commune of Bessans. 1576, restoration of the church of Bessans. 1578, Shroud of Turin is found in Bessans. 1600, the hamlet of Aveyrolles is carried by an avalanche and is rebuilt with the current site. 1725, the priest of Bessans creates a public school. 1762, Bonneville separates from Bessans and becomes a commune with whole share. 1852, creation of the fair to the cattle which takes place in September. 1860, the annexation of Savoie by France is voted by plebiscite. As Savoie leaves the Kingdom of Sardinia, our hearts goes where our rivers go. 1869, building of a road between Lens-le-Villard and Bessans passing by the country cottages of the Madeleine and Chalp. End of the 19th century. 1110 inhabitants in Bessans, including 52 in Vincendières, 69 in Aveyrolles, 30 in Goulas and 73 in Villeron. 20th century. 1920, construction of the refuge of Aveyrolles by the Sif. 1926, restoration of the church. 1937, inauguration of the road of the Col de l'Isère by the President of the Republic Albert Lebrun. 1940, on June 14, part of the population is evacuated. The Italian troops occupy Bessans and Aveyrolles and plunder the village. Villeron, Goulas and Bonneville are spared. 1944, the Germans set fire to Bessans, burning 150 houses. 1957, an enormous flood of the Arc River causes major damage in all the valley. The efforts of rebuilding after the war are partly destroyed. 1962. Installation of a first ski lift, wire snows, on the initiative of the Pont Sabot. 1963. Creation of the National Park of Vanoise. 1972. Opening of the Centre of Ski Touring, Bessans. 1994. End of the restoration of the parish church. Administration. Mayors 1983 to 1989 George Personnaz, 1977 to 1983 Victor Personnaz, 1971 to 1977 Maxime Gautier, 1958 to 1971 Albert Chimaz. Architectural heritage. Prehistoric vestiges and ancient Neolithic cave paintings with the rock of the castle, civil houses of the 17th and 18th centuries, with the roofs of roofing stones. Stones engraved on houses. This includes the famous external murals from the 17th century on the Dead House. There is also a notable bridge on the Arc River, the St. Anthony Vault. The St. Anthony Vault forms part of a network of vaults, oratories and cross on the parochial territory of Bessans. It is a rectangular building built on the sandy spur which overhangs the village, parallel to the church. It dates from the beginning of 15th century. It was set up and decorated between 1503 and 1522. The principal frontage is protected by a hood which shelters external decoration of the frescoes representing the 7 theological virtues followed from the dance from the defects connected by a chain drawn by 2 demons in direction from the hell. The bell tower of the vault is assembled on the western pinion and dominates a roof with double slope in roofing stones. This vault possessed a typical coffered ceiling of the rebirth with polychrome paintings. On the walls of the vault are 40 panels representing the life of Jesus Christ, from the Nativity to Pentecost, in the same style as paintings of the vault St. Sebastian de Lancelot. Painting is all done as frescoes, painting with water on fresh mortar. The St. Jean Baptist Church. The St. Jean Baptist Church is located near the vault St. Anthony, these 2 buildings being integrated in the ways of the Baroque. It is impossible to determine the date of its construction, but it is certain that it existed already in 1376. It underwent many changes over the centuries. Like all the churches high Maurienne, it possessed a closed hall. The vault of this hall is decorated in plaster existing already in 1827 and representing the miracle with the Holy Host in Turin. At the interior of the church, 8 arched windows introduce enough light to make it possible to contemplate the vault with medallions. The sight is first of all attracted by the high altar, whose marble is of a beautiful Carrara marble white, decorated of a Jean Baptist saint on the front, of fine facets and drawings. The steps are with notched edges, and, on the gate vault, a slim dome is profiled on 4 elegant posts. This furnace bridge was carried out in 1858. 4 other small furnace bridges are on both sides nave of the church. They are dedicated to Saint Antoine, Notre Dame du Mont Carmel, Notre Dame du Rosaire, and Saint Joseph. Inside the church are murals and religious statues carved by local artists. The bell tower is of an ancient date. Its structure is the same one as that of the towers known as Saracens that one still finds throughout the valley. It is decorated of 4 bells. Art. In a country of sculptors, Bessans is rich in popular art as in religious art. Wheels and stopper rods, hens with salt, wooden toys, statues, and crosses. The best-known sculptor was Jean-Baptiste Clapier, of the hamlet of Vincennes, one of the first local artists of the Baroque period. Most famous of the sculptures are those of the Devil, the emblem of Bessans, whose origin goes back only to 1857. This devil was created by Etienne Vincende, known by the end of the 18th century as of the Saints, because of his talent as an artist. the Devil of Bessans. In 1857, the cantors of Bessans were refused by the local priest their annual meals. By small revenge, Etienne Vincende, cantor, carved in wood statuette of a devil carrying a priest, and left it one evening in front of the door of the presbytery. The priest suspected the Etienne, and brings object back to place it in front of the house of Vincende. The sculpture continued to be moved back and forth for a whole month, until the sculptor relents. A tourist sees work and bought it. Etienne Vincende also carved hundreds of statuettes of saints and the holy ones, from which came his nickname of Etienne of the Saints. His son Pierre-François continued the tradition. Today, the Devil of Bessans is reproduced on the postal flame of the village and thrown on the place of the town hall beside the fountain. The work, Etienne of the Saints, inventor of the Devils of Bessans, memory of Etienne Vincende, woodcarver and cantor with the Church of Bessans, of Francis Trac, EQD. The Fountain of Siloé 2006 evokes the sculptor and his works. Economy, tourism, sheep, cooperative dairy manufacture of Tom and Beaufort. Events, artisanal fair, 3rd Sunday of September. Employers' Festival, June 24, Communal, August 15, pilgrimages, with the Vault of 3rd July 16, at Notre-Dame de Rochemoulion, August 5. The Marathon of Bessans in January, competition of massive ski touring, registered in Rône-Alpes since 2008. Biathlon, in March, the 2008 Biathlon Summer World Championship, the Living Crush of Bessans, December 24, with the Baby Jesus, the Three Wise Men, performed by more than 50 Bessanais accompanied by the ox, and a goat, performing the oldest texts and songs of Knowles Bessanais. A cave is dug in snow to accommodate Mary, Joseph and the Jesus Child. Tourism, sport, boasting a vast area in a majestic landscape setting high glaciated peaks. Its position has allowed the development of sport at all levels both in winter and summer: skiing, alpine skiing, hiking in the valleys of Aveyron and Ribone, mountaineering and climbing, dog sledding. The town appears particularly conducive to the practice of Nordic activities, with an ideal plan for cross-country skiing reinforced by sustained investment of the municipality in this activity. Each year in January, to place on Bessans International Marathon. Its preferred features and allow cross-country ski the France team and biathlon teams from different nations to perform in Bessans training camps. Each season, the town of Bessans has an international biathlon stadium. Summer-winter ski touring also benefits from particularly favorable natural conditions. The Aveyron Valley is a mecca for the practice of this activity. Races for all levels are organized. The ascent of glaciers, opportunities for loops, the discovery of the highest peak in the Maurienne, the glacier Evits a Ribone Valley offer multiple opportunities for sporting scenery. Rock climbing, Rock of Barmet, Rock School of Dry White Black Cliff of Balm. Ski resort, 2,200 meters at the top of the tracks, 3 kilometers of alpine ski pistes, 80 kilometers of ski touring. Other activities: guided tours of the chapels and church, fishing, hunting, botany and fauna marked trail, nature walks, camping.